The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Missy, Caylor. Missy, Caylor. Missy, Caylor. Questions, interviews, gossip, current news, movie, TV, radio. Here we go. Hey, hey, you see Missy K. Hey, hey, you see Missy K. Her beauty and passion, talk music, passion, loose lips, red cup, blood Joe. She's always on Facebook, Instagram, taking calls on the telephone. Sexy if you say so. It's the E Missy K Show.
Hello and welcome to the Missy K's Loose Lip Show. I'm your girl, Missy K.
Your girl, Haley B.
Your lady, Lala.
The new Lady D's.
Oh, the new. Why you gotta be all new?
The new.
That's how you want to start this? You want to start out brand new?
Hey, what can I say?
What's new?
Okay.
Yeah.
Her attitude.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I got it.
It begins with the attitude.
Yeah.
Hey.
She came in all sexy today, you feel me? Like, she had a whole new outfit on.
I'm a bit late.
You know what? We have some really hot topics today, but before we get into our topics, I want to let you guys know that we have a special guest in the house today. We have Mr. Marquise Wilson. Of hanging with Mr. Cooper. I'm class of 94.
Did he bring Mr. Cooper?
He didn't bring Mark. I'm class of 94, so you know that's what we were watching.
Chill out.
I watched that too, yeah.
You watched it too? Mm-hmm. All right, so we're going to talk to Marquise a little later on and find out what he got going on with, you know, who he's hanging with these days.
That's right.
Y'all ready to talk to Marquise?
Get the man's perspective on some stuff.
Yes, he will be the male perspective on Kissable Nights.
Mm-hmm. He's too young.
He too young?
You don't know. Never know.
We gonna learn today. La.
Yes.
What's on everyone's lips?
Nelson Mandela's birthday.
Happy birthday,
Mandela.
You know, he is deceased though, but you know.
Yes, we still celebrate.
Happy birthday.
Too. Yes. So,
birthday,
Johannesburg is where Obama is, and they were paying tribute to him.
Nice.
Which is incredible because it's interesting because every time we have to do this show, when we do this show, you have to look deep into everything that you're talking about, so you learn a lot more. So that is just
teach us.
Ooh, okay. no, seriously.
Mandela's the same age as another great man I know.
Who is that?
Who is that?
Jimmy Lee Jones.
My granddaddy.
That's 800 this year.
Wow.
That would have been so dope.
Yeah. He, you know what? He was in jail, in prison actually, 27 years.
Yeah, that was.
Now, when we were talking about it, you didn't. Okay, he's in jail. But now when you're looking at 27 years, he received 26 awards.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow, 26 awards, and then being in prison for 27 years.
That's quite a sacrifice.
First black president for South Africa. So it is definitely incredible. So happy birthday. So for those who did not know, now you know. You did not know, now you know. So we're moving along to another hot topic.
What we talking about? It's so much going on, and I just want to get in on everything.
What?
I'm so opinionated today.
On this one, she really is. So I didn't know if she was going to be on my lips or her lips.
I'm not going to I'm opinionated like a mother.
That's right.
Strong opinion.
So what's on everyone's lips? Stevie J and Faith. They just got married.
First of all, okay?
She's not the only one.
Wait a minute. Okay, so we're going to transition this because everybody got a lot to say about this one. Go ahead.
You want to go in order?
Let's go in order. Let's go. Do you, boo?
All right, look. So first of all, when I first saw it, I was like, what? They stupid? She's not that stupid. She could be the next Stevie. Give me my money, Stevie. I worked in my contract, Stevie.
No. Well, he's known her for like over 25 years.
That's fine.
That's
That's
25
fine.
years.
But is he husband material?
No.
Hell no.
How do you know that?
He got too much rat sauce.
That's only on reality TV. You
Rat
know, they
sauce?
say it's not real.
Sure.
Okay, so all the babies, that's just TV too?
They are grown. He just got one new one.
New one.
Which is from the reality show.
No, he has
Some of
two
that
young
one in,
children.
didn't you?
It's Eva and Bonnie Bella.
Okay,
Eva's
Eva's
like
about
6.
7. Okay, she's 6.
Okay, she's 6.
You know, I
good.
think. Hey,
You know what? I
If-
look at Eve like a sister.
Oh my
Eve.
goodness.
I'm gonna say Faith.
Who is
I look at Faith like a sister. My
Okay.
bad, Faith. You know I love you, girl.
Right.
You know, but and it's like, sis, like for real, like keep dating him.
You gotta scoop that low.
He could be an STD, something to do. You know,
girl
just like
says
y'all been
scoop.
doing. But marry the dude.
but
Come
how do
on.
you
can put
know?
on a roster,
What all
like-
of this from Biggie to Stevie? So y'all was good with Biggie.
Okay.
Okay, hey, we can move on. But I'm
That
just
kind of
saying.
shut him down.
But
didn't it?
I'm just
No, I
saying.
had to think about it.
I'm
Biggie
just
had
saying.
good intentions, though.
Were you even born? Were you even born?
Look, don't think I don't keep on my history. I go Biggie history, Tupac history.
Not- don't go
Play
by
on
the
my
movie.
Biggie history.
T.I.
Don't
history.
Don't
play
go
on
by the
Diddy
movie.
history. Yeah.
Don't go by the movie. I'm just saying.
Diddy history. Puff Daddy history. The Simmons history. Don't.
What?
Oh, I know.
Knock it off.
I know.
What you got to say about it? This is your segment. We just took over.
Well, you know what? I mean, if he works for her and she works for him, I mean, more power to you. They got married. At least that's what
Absolutely.
he wanted. You got men that don't even marry you, want to be with you forever, and don't even feel the need to say, let's take it to the next step.
You're so true.
Okay, so they've been knowing each other for 27 years, but
Yes.
how long have they been actually dating?
It's
They've been off and
I think
on.
for a while.
They've
For
been
a while
off
from
and
the
on.
show. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's
So-
so disturbing when you talk about off and on,
But
Exactly.
and then you get married.
But my thing is,
And don't forget,
don't know.
the kids come in between the off
My
and
thing
on.
is,
I'm just
we
saying.
I don't believe in an off and on
know.
relationship
We don't
because when we're off, who are you on? First of all,
We don't
And,
know.
Jocelyn.
We on the outside
How many
looking
relationships
in.
Enchilada?
do you know that were
Erica Menen.
successful when they went off and on,
Mimi.
off and on?
Hey, I know some that wasn't successful. They was always.
Oh,
on.
don't go
they
there.
were all
No,
having
that's not the
fun
question. That's not the question.
Which one is he? We on the whole.
We just talk about
whole
nothing
topic
about
over here.
answering the question with a question. That's not the question.
Okay,
That means I don't want to answer this. I don't know.
I'm just saying. All right, I don't think Stevie is husband material. Well, honey, I think he's roster material.
Okay.
I
Community
agree.
property is what you're saying.
He is community property.
Property.
Roster.
Well, how do you know Faith is
Roster material.
How do you know Faith? Okay,
Wow.
I don't know her
That's
personally. I may not be saying, the truth, but
You're
how do
right.
you know she's not?
You're right.
Like I said,
You're right.
Biggie
Okay.
to Stevie.
I'm just waiting for her Mary J. Blige song. Let's move on to the next topic. Because she going to be crying and weeping and talking about all the things.
Maybe we can get an album.
Mary J. talking about. Yeah, they're going to do a
Maybe
collaboration.
we can get an album. I'm just saying.
Girl, I'm in court too. I'm in court too.
Y'all, it's gonna be another "The Boy Is Mine" song. Is what it's gonna be.
You know what? Maybe it'll be another reality show that he can kick off because he already have one or two
Stevie and
actually.
Faith.
It's a business deal. Moving on. Azalea Banks. Azalea Banks.
Run
Y'all
it.
know who?
Yep.
Okay, see, by the
Run
way
it.
she looking, that
Run
chick, Azalea Banks, she done had issues with Beyonce, Rihanna, Tiana Taylor,
Nicki,
Cardi B.
the little girl Sky Jackson. Like she got a problem with
Wildin'
everybody.
Out was the last one. See, now Wildin' Out has no filter at
No,
all. So
they don't.
It's wild and out.
if you looked at the show, you would know how it goes down. How
Excuse
it goes
me.
down
Pardon
every
me for a second.
time. Sorry, I watch it all the time. Oh, did I
Thank
miss
you.
your
How
hand?
y'all miss?
We
But
missed.
you're right. So the thing about her is she went on Wildin' Out.
Mm-hmm.
And, Wildin' Out is a show about the dozens. They do the dozens. That's what they talk about. It's crazy. They talk so bad about Nick Cannon, and he runs the
Right.
show. It's
It's
his
a
show.
freestyle.
You
It's
know,
like a
it's a freestyle
freestyle.
comedy, rap, whatever. It's a little bit of everything. And so one of the comics called her ugly. And she got offended, crying,
started
all kind of
crying.
stuff. And then she go on social media, and she just goes ham.
Yeah,
She
go
stepped
ham
off
on
the
all of
stage
them.
for the rest of the show,
And then come
and
back
she
to
stayed
perform.
quiet when she stepped back on, and she stayed quiet until it was her turn to perform. Once she performed her song, the cast thought that it sounded like a Forever 21 song.
They said it was
They
whack.
started modeling.
So they all started modeling in the background to her song.
Yeah, and they said that they were doing it trying to save face for her because she was bombing.
Horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah. And so they did it to add comedy relief to it, and she just really just went in.
I think anyone that has personal issues with self, because she had been bleaching her skin, having issues with her dark skin. Out of all things that you can possibly go on, why would you go on Wild 'N Out? Because they're not finna hold back on you.
Exactly.
Not at all. You have to definitely be strong.
She uses. I was listening to one of her videos when she had presented her her view based on like what happened that night, and she used the word nigger
a lot,
and
not like we talk when we talk we say.
It was derogatory.
It was derogatory. It was definitely derogatory.
You know, and
definitely.
then let me okay, I'm glad you brought that up because then she goes to say that's why she only likes white penis.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, you don't lost your mind.
Something is definitely wrong with her.
Yes. She definitely sounds like she has a lot of issues.
She started talking about Nick Cannon's lupus and stuff. Yep. She just went in.
She sure did. Wendy Williams had something to say. She was like, she needs to just die somewhere, like drop down and really die this time.
Bury yourself.
Definitely she has some personal issues.
How can you be a figure like that,
right.
a woman, and you argue with children? Because God was only like 11 years old when they got into it. Talk about black people like that, and you're black, use the word nigger.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry.
She has issues. I mean, she's mentally unstable.
Definitely.
She's a common denominator and all this stuff, so that nobody can be in that much drama, you know, with various different people not in the same circle and not something be wrong with them.
You need therapy, boo.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
I know
seriously.
they also have to sign contracts, but just like with...
Michelle?
Who?
Poor Michelle. Oh, you want to check them in together?
Side by side, holding hands.
We going to the depression center together.
They can sing a song together.
Feelings.
So bad.
What's going on here today?
Hey, it's a lot of BS going on out there.
It is.
Before I even talk about our question, because that's what I'm moving on to since we had to cut out something. So, 50 Cent, you know, with... Is it Crew? What's his first name? Terry Crew. When he had that, I don't know what was. I don't even know. He had an agent, but he actually had to speak up about what happened. He felt like he was being raped in front of his wife.
Okay, so you know the background story to that, right? Terry Crews was at an event with his wife. This agent came up and grabbed his junk, and
he did nothing.
He felt some type of way about it, and we talked about it on the show.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we did. Because then he was saying that, you know, if he had reacted like a typical black man and kicked his butt, then, you know, he would be considered like, oh, you acting out like a black man, whatever. He said, but no, because he's speaking out because of the way he felt about it. He felt violated. You know, now everybody wants to tease him and make fun of him and not book him for certain gigs and stuff.
Because you're looking at this, 50 was like, I'm looking at this big man and that's my hero, or like my hero, and then you say another small man raped you like that. So he's trying to like make fun of it, but also try to make sense of it as well. And I think that's the problem, because we think that this can't happen to men.
Right. You're right.
And depending on your size, it doesn't matter what size you are, it can happen, and we need to address it.
And exactly.
No However,
I don't like my booty growth.
So the male agent,
so I understand.
The male agent grabbed
his junk.
Yes.
Okay.
In public.
So their crews had basically expressed his feelings about it?
Yes, publicly.
Versus beating him up.
So when it happened, it was like after the Me Too movement.
Right. And people are teasing him.
50 was the only one
teasing him and not booking him because he decided to express his feelings versus beating his... Okay.
Exactly.
But if he would have beat him up, he would have been wrong, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
You know who Terry Crews is, right?
Of course. You know.
Okay. White chick.
Well, you know what?
Probably
he'll end up being the voice for men. There are men, a lot of men who are silent, who feel the same way.
Right.
You know, and they've been approached and things been done to them, but they will not say anything for the same reason he's being blackballed.
Right.
And that's another point as far as the Whitney Houston and her brother being molested by their aunt, which was a woman. Dee. It was Dee. That's what they're saying. But
Dionne Warwick's sister?
Yes. And what they're saying is, no, this is not happening, so I'm going to disown you now because you put that out there. So this is a man that's saying it. So these are the things that are happening when they do come out.
Right.
And that's why I say it starts from home.
Exactly.
They got to
that's
band
why
together.
They have these
just like
issues.
the Me Too movement, they need to band together, and everybody who's experience that need to man up, they need to get together, and need to start their own movement.
And put it out there. These are things that are happening.
Start naming names if you have to.
I'm just so confused right now that was the most appropriate way to confront a situation, honestly. Because, like, if you see another black man and that happens to him in front of his wife, he would have reacted totally different. Right. And people would have been saying, like, oh, he needs charges pressed against him. Oh, he's a homophobe because he's mad because the man touched him. But now you're disowned because you decided to express your feelings about a situation?
Yes. But that's the way men are treated, because men are expected to man up and accept certain things.
Men aren't supposed to be, you're not raped. You know, and even though they
complain that you've been groped, and they complain if you beat somebody up, you to complain. So they're like have no win situation.
Exactly. Our young boys are molested by these older women, and it's supposed to be acceptable.
Exactly,
a lot.
You know,
exactly.
A lot.
And it's not acceptable.
So that's why I know we're starting to talk about it a lot, but I do want to just put it out there, because whether you guys know it or not, it is still happening.
Oh yeah,
a lot. Every day in these homes, not just out in, like, when you're going for auditions and stuff like that, but these babies is happening to them. So we do need to talk about it, and it needs to be put out there.
And another thing too is that a lot of men, gay men, are in positions of power.
Right. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And they do the same thing that old white men used to do to them, to women.
Right.
It's the same thing, just reversed.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And so that's what they're experiencing. And so in order to get ahead, they have to close their mouth and suck up all that foolishness.
Right.
Exactly.
Man, I tell you, life is something else.
It sure is. Which brings me to our question: at what age did you realize you were looked at in a sexual manner?
10.
10?
When I realized it?
Yes.
Probably more like about 16.
I've been sexy all my life. So,
being sexy.
I can't answer for the rest of y'all.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm kidding. I was joking. Good night. Calm down, girl. Calm down. Mom, get her.
Pop her.
What can I say?
Get her, Mom.
Next question, please.
That's it. So, yes, definitely go on the Missy Caylor Slip Show. We have the question on there. I also have some trivia questions about Nelson Mandela. When did he win it's the Nobel Peace Award. So if you can tell me when he won that actual award, I have prizes definitely this time. I have some stuff for y'all.
Oh,
some good
she
stuff.
Said definitely this time.
I don't think somebody gonna go for that.
They will. Hey,
no, I'm talking about,
look into my eyes.
I'm not. No.
Don't do that.
You don't know who I'm talking about.
Boom, 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 boom.
Get her bum kick when she get home.
Lala, take us into our break, please.
Okay, again, you guys can catch me on the Missy Caylor Slip Show. Missy Caylor Slip Show on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Up next is the beautiful, lovely Lady D's.
Before we go, we have a phone call before we go into Lady D's, before we go into our break.
Oh, Lord, you done started some mess.
Oh, God. What we talking about? Hey, this is the Missy Caylor Slip Show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Mike, and I'm calling from San Diego, California.
Hello, Mike from San Diego, California. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. It's a very interesting topic that you guys are talking about, because when I was a young man, my mother she ended up becoming a sheriff deputy, and she had to work the night shift, and she would leave my brothers and I at home by ourselves, and we had a babysitter. She was older than us. I think she was about 17 at the time, and I was around 9 or 10, and she would come over, and after about a couple of weeks, once my brothers went to sleep, she would take me in the garage and, do her little fondling, and me, myself, being a young man and having a couple of older brothers who wasn't at the house at the time, I kind of enjoyed it. I couldn't wait for her to come over.
Okay.
That's normal.
Wow. All right. So you didn't necessarily see it as a violation?
Well, no, it was a violation because I was still a young man, but because I enjoyed it, I didn't tell my mother until I was 30 years old. And then when we sat down and talked about it, my mother, she literally flew off the handle. And I was 30 years old at the time, and she slapped me for not telling her.
Whoa. That's deep. Yeah. So do you think, Lady D suggested that men stand up and start their own movement. What do you feel about that?
Well, the thing is, it depends. Well, this is the thing. For those who have been molested, let's say by other men, or who have been molested and they've been affected by it, then yes, they should start a movement. But somebody like myself, I wasn't affected by it. You know what I'm saying? For me, it was exciting. It was fun. You know what I mean? And and maybe I was just a horny little boy, and I was probably just really digging it at the time. But had it had some type of effect on me, then in all situations like that, you can there's a catch-22. Because
you're right.
My catch-22 was I wasn't affected by it.
Okay.
But you might have a young man or somebody out there who just might be mentally affected by it, and it probably dictate what their sexual orientation is.
Right. That's true. That's true.
I think the thing that's wrong with that, not saying that you shouldn't have felt good about it, but that opens the door for more women to say, okay, so maybe he might just feel good, so that opens the door for them to say, I can do this. You never know how you're going to be affected by something, because it could be based on how you deal with women, period.
Right.
It could be how you deal with your girls or how you deal with your sons, as far as how you're going to raise them in dealing with other women or men.
Right.
So you can't say just because you felt good by it that it didn't affect you. At the end of the day, it was wrong. It was molestation, and she was wrong and should have been taken care of for that. Because what's going on, if she did that to you and she knew you felt good about it, she's doing it to every other child. So you don't know how many kids has been affected by it. I'm glad that you were not affected. But then, what about the other kids that were?
Right.
And and my mother kind of put it to me that same way at the time when I told her. And when I told her, we were just kind of joking around at the dinner table, messing around, and it came out, hey, Ma, this happened to me, and my mother basically said the same thing to me, what you just said, like, okay, just because you weren't affected by it, you know what I'm saying? There might be some little boys she did that to, and on the flip side of that coin, you're right. You know what I mean? But at the time, I'm 10 years old. I'm having a good time with my babysitter. Yeah, I couldn't wait for her to come over myself.
Okay, Michael. We want to thank you for calling in and giving us your opinion. We appreciate you. And thank you for listening.
Oh, without a doubt, always. And you guys be good. Peace.
Thank you. Do the same. Bye-bye. We're going to go into our break. We have a special song for you guys. We have a featured artist today.
All right.
So, Miss Poetess, take us into our break.
The worldwide famous DJ Gilly.
Baby, come here a little bit closer. My touch make you for fire, hot like desert summer. You rockin' with the realest, no substituting. Them other girls basic like black and white television. You and I know my loving is the truth. Say what you want, I ain't afraid to breathe you. Baby, you got a real one. Baby, you got a real one. Baby, you got a real one. And there's nothing I won't do to show my love is true. Can you feel it? Feel it coming. Send vibrations to your toes. Fucking with corruption. You've been used to working, doing, giving, wasting, loving. But I be doing things to have you call me third woman. Second to no one. Baby, you got a real one. Baby, you got a real one.
Hello and welcome back to the EMCK's Loose Lip Show. That was Sofia Mojo. Let me tell you guys about Sofia. I was invited to 360 Raw Magazine's new release party. They're releasing their magazine and they're starting a TV show on NBC. And they had this mixer and Sofia Mojo performed. And I was like, oh my God, she's amazing. I actually did a video of her. I posted on my IG, everything. So last week, I had someone to, DJ Gilly, the producer of the song, send me an email and he's like, how do I get music on your show? And I said, okay, just send it to the email, blah, blah, blah. And make sure you send the artwork, whatever. And we had a busy week last week. And I finally got around to seeing seeing what he sent me. And it was her music. I was like, small world. So thank you, Sofia, for allowing us to play your music on the show. And Lady D's.
Hello.
What's going on with those kissable nights?
Oh, my God. It's time for a relationship checkup.
Uh-oh. Relationship checkup. Do I have to be in a relationship to be in a checkup?
Well, of course.
I'm just
asking. Relationship checkup.
Anyway, welcome to the stage our guest, Marquise Wilson.
Boy, I forgot you was here for a second.
Okay.
That's what happens when you invite your friends on the show.
That part.
Y'all welcome Marquise Wilson, former hanging with Mr. Cooper, turned music producer and actor and everything else.
Hello.
How you doing?
Surrounded by lovely ladies. So
well, thank you. You're actually surrounded by 3 generations of beautiful ladies.
That part. Exactly. And I can't even believe that.
Nobody does.
She's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just golden, just blossoming.
Appreciate it.
All that.
It made me blush.
I'm honored to be here. Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. Anyhow. I wish I needed to talk to her. But anyway, sometimes we get in relationships and things seem comfortable. We get all settled in. And sometimes we kind of let things go without really realizing it.
Yeah.
And then one day you wake up and it's like, what happened?
Yeah.
Because we get too caught up and too comfortable. Well, I got them now. I don't need to do anything but just, go with the flow.
Yes.
That will get you in a lot of trouble.
Yes.
Because you start to ignore and justify signs and things that you see.
I'm with you.
Right.
I'm with you, girl. Over here. Go ahead.
So
this is a learning opportunity.
I need my pencil.
So today we want to talk about a few things that we kind of need to check out. Health relationship checklist.
Okay.
One of them is we forget how to be understanding and compassionate.
Understanding and compassionate.
We take our partners for granted.
Yes.
And it's like these are the things that we do before we get them. We're all in, and we're all, it's like they can't turn for us, right?
Yes.
And those are the things that make them fall in love with us. But it's like when you have to live with a person for an extended period of time, you kind of get weary, and because we don't learn how to budget.
Yes.
For one thing.
Yes, that's true.
But when you start out giving, then you think in order to keep that person, you got to keep doing that. But that's not the real you.
Right.
And so what happens, it becomes a burden.
Right.
Right. And so then a person start to feel neglected. Whereas if you'd have been who you are in the beginning and budget like you do,
yes.
Then you'd be okay, right? But you can't get in and then start like, oh, I'm tired. I don't worked all day and in no mood to be trying to be compassionate and understanding. Like, okay, miss me with all of this right now.
Right. Totally.
And that's what we do.
What'd you think about that, Marquise?
It's a bad hair day, but I still got to take my hat off.
Well, go on then.
Everything she said is just the truth. You know what I mean? That's just experience and wisdom talking. Not to mention it's coming from a queen.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And that's, I've learned from experience too, because I've done all those things the wrong way first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As a man thinking he was a man really when he wasn't.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so
exactly.
I had to learn. And so, and now
I'm saying right, but I don't know because I've never been a man.
Oh, she's so funny.
But I feel you though.
No, right. Yeah.
We here.
Right. That part.
All right.
You know, wisdom usually comes from experience. You know what I'm saying? and also when we become experienced, we become free.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where I am right now. You know what I mean? I've learned from a lot of my mistakes, and I've become free, and I've become accepting myself, being able to be by myself.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest things that we have a problem with also. Because
yeah,
it goes
a lot of people
do.
do.
What you say, you know?
Yeah.
We just got to be with somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're willing to settle, and we're willing to do all those things that we really can't keep up in the beginning, like you said.
Right.
And then it drags along, and it becomes a burden, and it becomes tiresome.
Right.
But then, because people don't realize that when you have a person who just have to have somebody in their life, they just have to be married. They cannot be alone. They can't go anywhere by themselves. They can't do anything. You already starting out unhealthy.
Oh, you know I had.
Because you got issues.
You know I've been there before. What you talking about?
That is too much burden for another human being.
I was like, oh, slow down. Slow your roll.
Right?
Yeah.
Whoa,
Needy.
cowboy.
Needy.
Yes.
I can't do needy.
Y'all starting to scare me now.
What is the number one thing
No,
we
it's
all
not
say?
everybody. It's not. What?
What do we say? Yeah, I need a man to make me happy.
To complete
me. And vice versa. And yeah, my woman, you know, I need a woman that's going to make me happy. You know what I'm saying?
You better make yourself. If you ain't happy before you get in it, you ain't going to never be happy.
So, Haley, you've been in relationships before. Do you recognize when things start to shift? Because most people, they'll put their best foot forward. Is what basically what Lady D was saying. They'll bring their representative, and then once they get comfortable, they get laxed.
I think,
and things start to change.
I think it's like, since I'm a teenager, the most that will be equal to that is when it comes to school. You know, like when you lose your focus in school, like grades are slipping, you forget what's important, what you're really aiming for in life. Other than that, it's not really. It's more of a control thing when it comes to relationships my age. It's more of a who controls a relationship, men or women. Not I need a man to do this, I need a man to do that. It's more of a control.
Who wears the pants?
Yes. Like who you hang out with, what you do, where you go, who you go with. Like it's more of a man over you or a girl over you or you over each other. So relationship doesn't work. So like I've dated guys where they tried to control me. Yeah, you know I don't like being controlled.
No,
and you shouldn't.
I don't like being controlled. And
she's your grandchild.
Good. I don't. I'm glad to hear it.
And it's like, so I'm used to being myself when I first come out. First of all, don't tell me what to do. That's my number one. And second of all, I like school. I do like school. I love school. And I love hanging out with my friends. And you have an issue with all three of those things, don't talk to me. Period.
Wow. That's her standards.
I told you.
That's right.
I ain't mad at you.
Those are her standards.
That's right. And don't settle for anything less.
No.
That's right. You go, girl.
When you're in a relationship, one of the things that make a relationship, keeps a relationship strong and healthy is when you set aside time for intimacy. Especially if you have two individuals who are working, you're both working, so you have to make time. You can't say, I'm too tired or, make excuses why you can't do this, why you can't do that. Right. Next thing you know, you're sleeping in separate bedrooms.
Right.
It's like you have to make time. Okay, if you both going to work, then you both have to get together and figure out how we going to do this.
Absolutely.
In order to keep us close and tight. Because if you don't, the more you do it, the further apart you get.
That's true.
Right.
And that's just the way it is. Intimacy is a very critical part of the relationship. I'm not saying it should control the relationship where it has to be every day or every night, all that kind of stuff. I don't mean that, because you get to a point where that's just not intimacy. That's just
lust.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
When you can do that by yourself.
That part.
Seriously.
It really just depends on the couple.
That's true.
Right.
That's
because
very
if you
important.
both have a high sex drive, then it's not an issue.
Exactly. That's true.
Yeah.
That's where compatibility comes in. But people want to settle because they want to be in a relationship.
And I cannot stand people who... No.
If you already know that.
Who does that?
Y'all, man,
you
y'all
know,
just,
know that I didn't like doing that before we got married. So why did you marry me?
Right.
That is so freaking ridiculous.
Right.
You need to be with someone.
And now you want to complain, and
it doesn't get better. It gets worse.
Exactly.
Now we're in divorce court.
Because now you feel like I owe you because we're married.
Right.
But how did you even get to that point? Like, I cannot make myself get to, like, if you know I like doing something, I'm not, and you still haven't gotten the fact that I don't like doing it. How did you even get to that point to end up in a marriage like that?
Because some people just want to be married.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I don't want a kid. I ain't thinking about having a kid.
Right.
Make sure I don't have a kid.
Right.
So when I meet a man, I've met men that are 50 years old that still tell me, I want a kid. I don't even allow you to get that close to me.
Right.
Honey, you, as soon as you said that to me, you became you went straight to the friend zone. Do not pass go. Do not collect $20 because it ain't going down. Right. You might want to find you a younger woman or somebody who still wants to have kids. Because I ain't her. I'm not she. I ain't doing it. I'm not getting my tubes untied. Standards. I don't care.
Exactly.
Whatever.
She put that out there.
Standards.
It's about being completely real.
Yes.
You don't
being
have
honest with
to lie.
you and being honest with me. It's like, you know what? I don't even want to waste your time because I know your goals and I know my goals, and my goals is to travel.
Right.
And now I have a baby strapped to my hip when I'm doing it.
I want to travel too.
Let's go. You 18 now, boo. Hey. Oh, my bad. That's what I've been waiting for.
In today's society, one of the things that irritate me more is when you go out and you see couples that are supposed to be on a date.
Yeah.
And everybody's on the cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What the heck is that about?
Yeah.
You don't care enough for what we're doing to put that thing down, leave it in the car, put it in your purse, at least for an hour or two.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You see what I did?
See what I'm saying?
Like, you said that, everybody said
I will literally get up and leave you at the table. Because we've already settled this before we get to this point. That I don't like that. The old couples that go to breakfast in the morning, you go there to try to talk to each other, and you look and they both got the newspapers up in their faces.
Right.
Really?
What can I get you both? Hello?
They're not even discussing the news. It's just they're both in their own world.
Steak and eggs.
That's their intimacy.
I just talking about food. I'll be like, ain't the strawberry sound good?
Right.
What about that blueberry cream?
For the sake of time, okay, the last thing is send a spicy text.
Yes.
There's nothing that can really excite your partner and set you guys up for the evening than to out of the blue while he's at work or whatever, or she's at work or whatever, and send a text. It doesn't have to be very graphic. It could be like a dirty comment.
Right. She gonna make her man get in trouble at work. Talking about she sending pictures.
She gonna get in trouble on the show having this conversation.
Don't let him be working no heavy machinery. Oh Lord. Now he got to go drug test and all that. I didn't crash my machine. Come on, baby.
And last but not least, never be with your partner so long that you can't appreciate them enough to say thank you.
Yes.
It's one thing to do when they do the big things, but what about the small things that matter? If he takes the time to get up and wash the dishes,
change my oil,
say thank you.
Wash my car.
What's that Bishop used to say? Thank you makes room for more.
Yes.
All that for you.
When they know you're grateful and you appreciate what they're doing, it makes them want to do more for you. Stop being so stuck on yourself. That's my husband. Why I got to say thank you?
Right.
That's why in a couple of years you're going to be by yourself.
Yeah. Or you going to be the side chick. I'm sorry.
No, seriously.
Shade. Oh, shade.
The wife's going to be the side chick. She's going to be getting all the money, all the course, and you still going to be not saying thank you.
And don't forget to plan
thank you, baby.
Planning date night is important. Planning date night and intimacy, all those things keep your relationship alive and fresh.
True story.
Fresh. I mean, I swear by date night. And if you don't like it, bye.
2 fingers in a biscuit.
Real talk though.
Because I got I don't want to get married or be with somebody and all of a sudden I'm losing the feeling. I want to still feel like we're dating all the time.
That's right. It's heartbreak, Lady D's.
No, I'm scared of an adult relationship. It sounds like a lot. Can I have that
when is your book coming out, ladies?
Right.
It's just life. Just life.
She's
But
awesome.
anyway, this is Lady D's, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Lady D's, LADDEEZ, and Doris Jean Drew on Facebook. And this has been Kissable Nights. And next will be the wonderful, the beautiful, the boss, my daughter, Missy K. Well, she'll be bringing on Get Lipped. Shut up. I'm looking at this little brat over here.
She's like, what about me?
When I come back on, it's going to come right back to her. And she got you.
It's a show program on
You know. Can I slap her, please, and not get arrested?
We'll be right back.
Yes, maybe.
It's right here.
She won't be.
Right under her.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
My name is Wood Sanders. I'm 5'6", and I'm reading for the role of Alton. I just don't understand why people are so scared of us.
Oh, it's threatened, bro.
Huh?
You said scared? The line is, I don't understand why people are so threatened by us.
My name is Wood Sanders. I'm 5'6", and I'm reading for the role of Alton. I just don't understand why people are so threatened by us. Is it our power? Is it our knowledge?
Hey, you skipped one. You skipped wisdom.
Man, you know what? I'm cool, man. I don't even want to do this shit. Just cut the camera off, dog.
Come on, bro. It's
man,
cool.
Cut the fucking camera off, dog.
Marquise Wilson.
That was cool.
Actor extraordinaire.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Missy K's Loose Lip Show.
Well, thank you.
We're so glad to have you.
Thank you. Honored to be here.
As you should be. No, just kidding. So we're going to get right into our segment with my baby.
Get booped.
Miss Haley B. and Get Lit.
I thought you were on my side.
I love you.
I love you too. I thought you was on my side.
I'm always on your side, sweetie.
Welcome to my segment, Get Lit. Okay. I'm here with Marquise Wilson. How are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm fabulous.
Little young Nubian.
Yeah, literally.
That's right.
Fresh to be 18. You feel me? I'm surprised she let me sit on her segment. She didn't tell me get out.
Looking just like her mom.
I never put you out.
You did before.
No, that wasn't.
No, you put yourself out, actually.
No, she be like, bye.
Put herself out.
Okay, bye. Okay, so what's been going on?
Just trying to basically recreate myself. It's been a long time, you know. I took a break from the industry at about like 21, 22, and kind of just ventured off into life, got into construction and doing things with the hands.
Okay.
You know? But I've always loved to use my hands. I've loved machines.
What did you build?
There's a hotel. It's like a 5-star hotel in downtown LA. On Olive Street that I took part in building. I took part in building a hospital in downtown. Okay. Just various projects.
When you pass by and leave, like, I had a hand in that. I built that.
Absolutely. There are blood bank out over in Whittier.
Okay. Needles. That's in my area now.
Yeah. I'm so cool on needles too. Why you think I have no tattoos for that reason?
Oh
Not
my
one.
goodness.
Yeah. I'm so scared. I have a phobia of needles and spiders. I'm telling the whole world.
I'm totally arachnophobic.
You feel me? So please, if you don't want me to scream like a girl, keep those two things away from me.
Right. So you started out with acting on the 90s sitcom Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yes.
Tyler?
Crazy. Yeah.
Tyler. What's his name? I forgot his name.
Tyler Foster.
Tyler, what? I was right. Okay, don't make me think I'm crazy. You had me think I was wrong.
I'm reminiscing
you watched
myself.
the show.
You know, like,
you have to reminisce yourself. What was my name? What are some other projects that you did after that?
Well, in the course of doing Hanging with Mr. Cooper, I did A Different World.
Yes.
I was
That was
a guest
my favorite.
on that. Yeah.
Mine too.
Yeah, I did an episode of that.
I don't know.
Which was
That was a good show.
Yeah, way before your time, but you can see the reruns, dude.
Yeah, you would like it.
I have like a 12-year-old sister too.
Yeah.
And it trips me out because she's like, yeah, I love Hanging with Mr. Cooper, brother. And they watch it as if, you know what I'm saying, it's in the present.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's a blessing for any reruns, especially for our own.
I still
culture.
watch a lot of
reruns
them.
are good.
Absolutely.
These new shows are just like, they don't
Crap.
have a meaning at all.
That part.
The old shows don't mean a lot to us.
Exactly. And that's good to hear you say that. You know what I mean? Because my son is 14. Well, he will be in about a week. Oh, my God.
Yeah, mine just turned 14. I understand.
Yeah, and then my daughter just turned 12. Oh, Lord. So that's even more scarier.
You have a 12-year-old daughter?
Yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah.
You
should know.
Yeah, you should know.
Coming from a daughter
That's every man's nightmare.
and granddaughter.
But I guess we deserve it though, right? To a certain extent, right? Yeah.
You'll be in my prayers.
Yeah. Thank you, sis. Thank you. I'll keep you posted, like a stamp. Yeah, but I did Sugar Hill also as a little Wesley Snipes.
Okay.
This was also in the course of doing Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Some voiceovers. probably don't remember Captain Planet. I know
yes,
y'all
I do.
I know y'all do. I know. I'm saying she doesn't.
I don't like those kind of
Wild Thornberries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wild Thornberries. Yes, you know.
I know that.
You watched that when you were a kid.
I know that.
That's now. That's kind of current. Some commercials.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just bouncing around in the industry.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Hanging with Mr. Cooper was really the one concrete thing.
Right.
That kind of got me the name that I have and where people really remember me from.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's a blessing. You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
Yes, it is.
Because I stumbled into that role.
Yeah.
You know, I hit that role actually as a guest appearance that recurred more than once.
Okay. Right.
I auditioned for a character that had no name.
Right.
Tuba boy.
Okay.
Carrying a tuba that was bigger than me.
Okay.
I was about 4'5".
I'm so sorry.
I know, me too.
You still are.
Right. I've learned to accept the fact that I'm short. Okay, I'm only 5'6" now. You know, and I fought hard for that. I fought hard for that.
For the 5'6".
You feel me? And so they liked me for that role. They liked the energy. They brought me back for another recurring role for a Christmas character. No name still. And all the while, they were auditioning other actors for Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided to keep me.
Oh, awesome.
Dope.
Instead of, so yeah, total blessing.
Yeah. I mean, most actors, have their coin, their signature, show or movie that like boosts their career.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So,
but then sometimes it can be a blessing or a curse.
Honestly.
And you know what? It's good that you say that because on the reality side to it, it kind of was a curse for me. You know what I'm saying?
Why so? How so?
And I kind of been real quiet about that, and that's why people don't know, what I've been doing and where I've been, because I'm kind of like stirring up something kind of cool.
Okay.
And I want to tell my story.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the good thing about that clip,
Hollywood.
which is something recent, right? God is, what is God, There really isn't a word to describe.
We say God is.
There really isn't a word to describe.
Right.
I mean, him, her, that's a whole nother topic though.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't even know. But I know that God is amazing.
Amen.
And I know that the things that God does is indescribable. He puts us where we need to be.
Right.
Period. And Hollywood was something written by somebody that I've worked with before. Mm-hmm. I've done another internet series called Karma. Okay. About 2 years ago. He wrote this story, kind of not really about me, but about actors like me
right.
who have struggled. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get back into the business because the business has taken a shift. You know what I'm saying? It's not about television sitcoms anymore. It's about reality TV. You feel me?
Yes.
And people become immediate internet stars. You know what I mean? Internet sensations. And I think that's beautiful. Me no hater. No. It's evolution.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so I think
like
that
it.
Yeah,
You say you don't?
No.
That's what you're doing now, right?
Yes. But I mean, we gotta get
literally at this moment. You're doing the same thing.
But what she's saying is there's a fine line.
Yes, the fact that we have to do this to get somewhere. To be okay. My point is basically like my generation, our celebrities, we consider celebrities, are YouTubers,
right?
YouTubers. Mm-hmm. Okay, but we can't watch those YouTubers on TV, on television. Those good actors, amazing actors, people who have good quality in them. We have to watch them on YouTube.
Okay,
versus the TV shows that kids are watching today are about who knows what.
And not only YouTube, now they go from YouTube to Netflix.
Right.
Right. Yes.
That's all,
Netflix is too. But what you don't realize, Haley, is true. Like, okay, those people, like, let's say Emmanuel, the one on Wild 'N Out.
Hudson, okay.
Hudson, yeah. He started out, doing the YouTube videos and all that stuff, and now he's on there, and he does some other stuff. He has a commercial out right now.
Yes.
Whatever. But what you don't realize is a lot of those people that do the reality, not reality shows, the Instagram videos and all that stuff, most of them probably can't read a script. They can't memorize the lines, or they can't follow instructions.
But they're showing their ability to still act.
Well, no, they're not. Yeah, they can act, but they can't. How can you read a script? Can you memorize a script? And those are some of the things that real movie producers, or people that want blockbusters,
and some of them
they
are just
need people to have actual talent.
Some of them are just couple goals, relationships on YouTube, or makeup on YouTube, or something.
Right.
But you know what? I think
to find, if you guys don't mind, to find acts like that.
Yes.
Instead to go audition for someone, they are actually going to Instagram because all they're doing is auditioning.
Exactly.
Exactly. Rappers, I won't say models, but rappers, singers. Remember
LMA?
The young lady
Yolanda. Yeah.
was actually on Instagram when they found her.
Yes.
So these are auditions.
When Doggy Style found Yolanda.
I think it places you more in control of what happens to you. You don't have to do the rip and run around to show what you can do, because you're already doing it.
Oh, you still got to do it.
Yeah, but you're taking care of a lot of the footwork,
right?
It's different. It's different,
Technology.
and more people can see you. More people can see you at the same time,
right?
As opposed to running here, like the go-sees go running here, running there, reading here.
I can tell you that every audition that I've been on this year has been a video audition first.
Seriously?
Yep. Every one that I've done has been a video audition first, and then they want you to come in and,
Interesting.
Exactly.
And see, I've been away, like I said, from the immediate business for quite some time.
Yeah.
I've been doing basically just, these private productions.
Right.
And so this is education for me, too. Like, wow, okay, so that's how we're doing it now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Video.
But it's the evolution of life, though. Evolution
Technology.
of this industry and evolution of life.
I'll tell you who else is doing it. The corporations are doing it as well.
Absolutely.
One of the girls in our office is going through this very thing right now that a particular facility wants her, but they're taking her through these emails, then the voice, then the what you call like the Skype and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Before they actually invite you to come for a sit down interview.
And it does. Why do I have to waste my time coming way over here? We can just do a webinar. Let's go.
Right.
That's why I understand the whole internet sensation method.
Yeah.
I understand it. I applaud it.
Yes.
I love it. You know what I mean? It's because it's giving everybody really the opportunity to live out their dream.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of them never have that opportunity.
People have died wanting to do what now we have a platform to do.
And to get paid bank, too.
Right.
And a lot of people don't even want to get paid for it.
Right.
A lot of people just want to be recognized.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even if it's by 5 or 10 people.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
True story.
I mean, I never in my life, I'm one of those people that never in my life ever thought I would be in this position. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And that was because somebody like you saw it in me. You
yes.
know what I mean? My family. You know what I'm saying? And I owe that to my mother. I owe that to my dad, my stepfather, my family. You know what I'm saying? Right. But so many people are on the opposite side of that where they die. You know what I mean? Trying to be recognized.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And singing and acting and modeling or whatever it is they want to do.
Yeah.
And so I'm truly grateful to the internet, social media.
Yeah.
Yes.
I freaking Facebook. Oh my gosh! I'm like Facebook is like the superhero to me.
Facebook
of
therapy. You do Facebook therapy?
I love Facebook. I so love it. And let me tell you why. Because Facebook does everything. You know what I mean? It's probably gotten a little overrated and dramatic over the years. You feel me? But the original platform to Facebook is to bring people together.
Yes.
You feel me? People have gotten in touch with people they ain't ever seen in their life, but that was their loved one.
Yeah.
You feel me? And now they able to hug them and kiss them, and they have a relationship that they're building.
Man, we have a family group on Facebook. It's all of our family, just our family, because we all work. We're all busy. We're living all across the country.
Cool. Miles apart.
We love it.
We love it.
And all the other social media platforms, they kind of pretty much came from Facebook. Well, besides MySpace, but you know what I mean? Facebook is where it really started to unfold.
You are the only reason why I have Facebook, honestly. If there was no group chat or if there was no image case loose slips or anything, I would not be on Facebook.
Right.
How new is that? Is that new?
Yes.
What's it called? Wasn't that show called? Wasn't that other website called Black Planet?
Black Planet.
Yeah.
Are we talking about meeting people? No, come on now. You know what?
It's a dating site.
But that's how it started.
It was.
What?
Black Planet. He was just never heard of. He said, "Was that new?"
What is Black Planet?
We'll talk about it in a minute. We're going to take a break.
Still kind of young though.
We're going to take a break, and we're going to go into Marquise's music video because now he's doing he's dipping dabbing into a little music, y'all. So we're going to get into "We Are Number One" in a second.
Awesome.
In a second.
I did it myself.
Yeah, tell us about this video while we get it up. How'd you do it yourself?
I did it with my iPhones, actually.
You did your video with your iPhone?
Yeah. All of my music is done with my iPhones.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
We're gonna check out your iPhone video.
Yeah.
Hey, iPhone got the best quality.
Yeah. I got 48 bars to talk about my state. It's where I come from, California. Okay, a big place, not false. This is true. City of Torrance, where my birthday was due. hard on where I did half my growing, at least a quarter of it. I know y'all not knowing. That's why I'm spitting these illustrative words. Yep, I stayed up in lots for a minute if you heard. On Success Street, there was no stressy, cause it was nothing but the fam in the neighborhood, you feel me? Unfortunately, when things took a turn, Pops moved back home, cause he knew he had to learn how to get to his roots, cause that's just the truth. South Central, where I came up a little too. Hanging out at the park on 48th Street, and Hoover, straight grooving to the cars' beats.
My state is so great, these other places are fakes, cause we ride on time. That's why we keep blowing y'all guys. You can quote these bars, they concrete like the stars. In Hollywood, you know you really should join us. You can't beat us, you never
We are number one, so what that make you? We are number one, so what that make you? Used to be in Inglewood all the time at the Forum, watching them Lakers play, eating up some popcorn. I praise God up in Compton, on Central and Alondra, steady double rocking. We was faithful and no stopping, cause even after moving to the IE, we was mobbing. Back to that city for that Sunday recharge. After I'm gone, I wanna be in heaven, y'all. Mad love to my brown folks. Represent.
That was Marquise Wilson.
All that on the cell phone.
I know. All y'all was like, Hoover! Inglewood! Y'all over there turned out Watts, baby!
And that's all it was just a tribute to California.
Los Angeles, California.
That's my roast.
I know, right? You gotta click over. What you doing? Oh, I'm recording my video. Call me back.
I know all that. Like,
He's weird. She's FaceTiming me right now. She knows that. But that's the power of social media.
Yeah.
You feel me? They know what you're doing. You feel me? Because they see you scrolling and they. What you
Did she
doing
send a
right
text
now?
first? What you doing, text?
Right.
Who is that sitting next to you? I don't know her.
I would have got on the ground.
Funny, man. I love it. I love technology. That's what I'm saying. I embrace it.
How long did it take you to do that video on your phone?
I would say probably a whole day.
A whole day.
You did it all in a day?
In a
And
day?
when I say a day, I mean just the actual capturing.
Oh, the editing.
The
Oh.
capturing because I had to capture all those moments.
The footage.
I had to basically go with my camera and I recorded all those moments that you saw, and then I went and I edited it on an app.
Wait a minute, you were all over the hood like that in a day?
Right.
Yeah.
Boy, boo.
It's not that far.
Exactly. We just
Hold
talking
on.
about Watts,
I'll get you-
Compton,
I'll get
South
you
Central.
coming
I know, right?
You feel me? Hawthorne. It was just boom, 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 boom.
You
Yeah.
mean to walk over where? Walk over where?
Well, Torrance is way over yonder from Watts.
I said way over yonder.
you start out
Well, you
there.
first start off in Torrance and you go to Hawthorne and then you come back this way. Yeah.
On the corner of Hoover Street, just standing there rapping.
Well, I actually live on Hoover. I live in between Hoover and that park right there is like one of my timelines. You know what I'm saying? So that right there wasn't nothing. That was the easy part.
Okay, so my real question is, how long did it take you to put the footage together, to edit it, all of that on your phone? How long did that really take?
So we talk about the total video took about 3 days.
Oh, okay.
Haley, we about to go do your whole school history. Because you went to so many schools.
You don't want to put me out of all of them.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about that.
I mean, I think it's okay for a phone, but I actually want to really redo that whole theme, that whole idea. I want to do it professionally. You know what I mean?
Though.
And really give it up to my city the right way, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm all about, when I have an idea, I'm all about putting it down.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And just putting my best foot forward.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what
the
I mean?
same way. 100.
So
I don't like to wait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All
Who
right,
knows,
so-
I might not be here.
We are. We want to thank you for coming on to the show today
So
and giving
much.
us so much meat and letting us get into your head a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I was really just all ears. Y'all cold pieces of work. These 3 queens are cold pieces of work.
Thank you kindly. Thank you
So
kindly.
much knowledge, so
Piece
much
of work
wisdom.
I am.
Especially from you. Thank you so much, for real.
So tell the people
God
they
is
can
good.
find you today.
Where they can find me today.
Where they can find you these days.
On Facebook?
Well, they can find me on Facebook, Marquise Trayvon Wilson. I believe that's how you can find me. Or you could just Google Marquise Wilson.
Google me.
You feel me? If you Google Marquise Wilson, everything will come up.
Everything.
You feel me? At Wilson Got Talent.
He's one of those people.
You know, Wilson's Got Talent on Twitter and Marquise Trayvon Wilson on Facebook.
That's right.
Mwah.
Thank you,
God
thank you,
continue
thank
to bless
you.
everybody, the whole universe.
That's right. And we want to thank Lady D's for Kissable Nights, Lala Young, B's Knees, Haley B. Woo, good job at interviewing today.
Thanks, Mom.
Good girl.
She's an old soul.
Poetess.
I'm an old soul.
Thank you very much for letting us use your home.
Yes, thank you, baby.
And if you guys are looking for a home, make sure you come check out Morris Media Studios right in Leimert Park. Y'all know where we are.
It's quite
Holla at
comfy
your
up
girls.
here.
Thank you, Kevin Nelson, MVIN. I'm Missy K. You can find me everywhere, EMISSY. We out of here.
Hey.
2 fingers in a biscuit.
Missy K Show. Missy K Show. Missy